Okay, today I'm actually off from work entirely for the first time in like a month and a half or something like that. Oof. So I would like to talk about, excuse me, allergies. I would like to talk about the Nashville shooting. First and foremost, the same exact bullshit plays out with every fucking shooting. It's always the rifle or pistol whip's fault. Okay, the killer had a rifle or a pistol whip, therefore we need one more gun law. Okay, people on the left, the fringe left, which is probably 99% of the Democratic Party today, are so stupid that they honestly believe in no uncertain terms that if you just pass one more gun law on top of the 5 billion we already have, just one more gun law, suicidal maniacs will obey it. Okay? And one of Andrew Cuomo's lawyers in New York City, a federal courthouse years ago, literally said two things that were just boggling the fucking mind. One, the magazine ban said you can put 7 rounds in the 10-round magazine. But if you put more than 7 rounds in a 10-round magazine, it's a felony. Okay? And she said that because if someone goes into your house and takes your gun, they only have 7 rounds in the magazine. They're not going to take other magazines. They're not going to take the ammunition stash. Okay? And she didn't say anything when they were publishing maps to our houses. You remember that about 10 and a half years ago. Okay? That's the first thing. Second, she also said that if you have 7 rounds in a 10-round magazine, so you have a 10-round magazine, right? And you have 7 rounds in a 10-round magazine, okay? It'll give people more time to run away. It'll give the police more time to get there. So she literally believed in her stupid mind that a mass murderer who was in a gun-free zone shooting women and children that are begging for their lives is only going to put 7 rounds in a 10-round magazine because they don't want to break the law. That is the stupidity of gun control. Now, you may have heard of, I think, 2 people were actually kicked off their whatever Tennessee calls their state house. Okay, some of the state legislators, state senate, state assembly, whatever you want to call it. The Tennessee legislative branch kicked out, I think, 2 Democrats. Like, they were kicked off their committees. They were actually kicked out of the building, and their key cards were deactivated. Now, in reality, I just found this out today. I was like, what the hell was that about? There was a Capitol riot. No, not January 6th, this Tennessee Capitol. There was a riot at the Capitol, the state capital of Tennessee. Only unlike the January 6th incident where they locked up everyone without a trial, guilty or not guilty, you literally had people in the state house in Tennessee that were assaulting state troopers on camera. I mean, you would literally have a uniformed state trooper standing right here, and it would be grabbing his neck and pushing him and shoving him, which is a fucking felony. Okay? And they literally got no punishment at all, period. Now, my cousin's a state trooper. Okay, actually, I have one. My first cousin's a state trooper. He's getting ready to retire soon. And he's also a National Guard colonel. And one of my other cousins, who I met like twice, went from NYP to the state police, okay? If you assault them, you're getting put down, bro. Seriously, dude. Alright? Okay, and I don't give a fuck what side of the aisle you're on, Democrat, Republican, gun control. You don't assault an officer. Period. I don't give a fuck what your excuse is. I never in my life assaulted an officer, nor would I. Because being a public servant myself, you better not assault me. Because I'll fucking protect myself. Okay? Now, Tennessee passed a law saying schools must have improved security. And they'll get into that little detail. They also passed a law saying that within a certain amount of time period, maybe a year or 2, all schools must have an armed officer on scene. These are public schools, but they also said that private, Catholic, all that bullshit, are gonna be allowed to opt into the program, right? Yes. And hopefully that will stop it. Now, the incident in Tennessee, the suspect targeted another school. They didn't say which one, and they didn't say exactly why, but she targeted this other school, and then because of security measures, she decided against that school. Security measure is a big word. They didn't get into details because they don't want to, because they don't want to give other guys ideas in the future. Kind of like the Orlando nightclub shooting was in downtown Disney, the Disney World Marketplace, and he was acting suspicious, and they called the FBI, but they didn't tell you why he acted suspicious, okay? And then she targeted this school because it was less security, a lot less. And she basically went in, and I've seen she had the Smith & Wesson EZ, which is like an M&P variant that has the backstrap safety and the easy slide manipulation. She had a Keltec SU-16 and an AR type rifle, and there was a scene I saw shooting the Keltec. I also saw a scene where she was shooting the AR with the Keltec slung over her shoulder. Now, to be perfectly honest, when you're shooting a 9-year-old kid at point blank range, there's no difference between a 9mm and a rocket launcher. Okay, there's just no difference. Maybe a very, very, very strong, 30-year-old bodybuilder with body mass beyond galore, the bullet will get stuck in him, okay? And the bullet will find its way to get stuck into some bone, whatever, and it won't go to his organs. But when you got a 9-year-old child, that fucking bullet's going right through them. It's a fact of life. It's a horrible fact, but it's a fact of life. And unlike Uvalde PD, where we had these fucking assholes, like 19 of them, that had more gear than the guys that took Bin Laden out, that was standing down by the hallway jerking off, okay? This unit, and I'm going to try to see if I can post a link. I've seen the video. If I can find it, I'll post a link if you're following this on YouTube or Rumble. They were basically, now obviously, school shooting, they have to take a little more time to get their shit ready. They have long guns, that bullshit. But they immediately went in, and then you see the body camera footage as they just move robotically. I mean, they knew everything they were doing. In fact, one of the officers that did the shooting, the two guys up front shot and killed the suspect, and they were hailed as great heroes. But let me tell you something right now. If you look at Dakota Meyer, he saved 23 guys that day, but all he cares about is the 4 guys he didn't save. And Dakota Meyer will tell you flat out, you gave me the Medal of Honor for the worst day of my life. Okay? So I don't think those 2 guys would think of themselves any differently than all the guys behind them. I don't think they would want more praise than all the guys behind them. I think that even though they arrived at the scene after the shooting already happened and those guys were already dead, therefore you can't blame them, I believe that on a personal level, they don't consider it a success. They consider it a failure. Because when you save all these people, you only think about the one person you didn't save. So I don't think that they should be paraded and given all this celebration. I think they should be allowed to quietly return to their lives. They probably don't want any publicity. And I wouldn't either. But they took her down, and one of the guy's sisters said of all the parties he had to miss, all the family events he had to miss for his training and his classes, it all paid off, didn't it? And that's the truth. Every hour they put in for training, the police academy, the FOB training, mass shooting drills, all that bullshit they had to do, they knew exactly what they were doing. They were like one machine just go right to go this, whatever. They covered every step. They knew exactly what the fuck they were doing. Okay? And that's pretty much it. You have to put an armed guard in the school, period. And you have to have a lot more improved security, okay? It's not the 1950s again. And there was an FBI agent who, he was on TV like the day it happened, and he's talking about all the schools that he's gone to do assessments of. And he said every single school he's ever done an assessment of has had a door jammed open with a rock. You know, they got the door open this way, halfway with the rock there on the ground, or the door that's unlocked here, or this window open because it's hot, or because we want to go through this way and that way give it a shortcut. Okay, can't do that anymore. You can't. You just can't, because the shooters, a lot of them are now getting smarter, and they're checking the school. This school I can't shoot up because there's too much security. This school I can shoot up because there's no security. That's what this shooter did. Okay, she was evil, but she was smart, and she knew what school to go to, what school not to go to. That's just what people that are evil are smart. Okay, Bin Laden was smart. Okay, Gaddafi was smart. I mean, these people are fucking evil. They have no soul, but they're smart. Okay, and that's what you have to think about. I have to outsmart them. And about the schools, there's an old saying, you know, two guys running from the bear, and one guy tells the other guy, I don't have to outrun the bear, I have to outrun you. Well, that's basically what it is. The school is secure. They're less attracted to a killer, so that school is not secure. Go to that school. Horrible, but true. And she also had a relationship with, she was a former student at the school. Was she a former student at the other school? They're not saying, because they're not giving that school's name out. And they shouldn't. I believe in that. The other thing we have to talk about is this is also a hate crime. She targeted a Christian school. Now, the Christians were probably the most dogmatic people on earth, okay? We believe that an invisible man is living in the sky and watching everything we do, okay? So it's really, really, really hard to, you know, to talk to us about things. Okay, we believe that a young girl gave birth to a son, and the son was destined to lead all the people to freedom, and we believe he died for all of our sins. We believe that. That's our belief. That's our belief system. And we believe that homosexuality is a sin. I have 3 gay cousins, okay? 2 first cousins. Their mothers are my mothers. Their mothers are sisters. And my mother is their first cousin. Then my first cousin's daughter, okay? They're all gay. They're adults, but they're gay. 2 girls, 1 boy. These 2 are girl, boy. This is a girl, okay? So, now we believe as Christians homosexuality is a sin. That's our belief. But we also believe as Christians that we should not judge each other. We also believe as Christians that Jesus died for all of us, including them. We believe that. So a preacher might say you're gay, you're a sinner, but Jesus wants me to pray for you. Or Jesus wants me to love you. Okay? Kind of kooky, but true. Tennessee banned children from doing transgender shit. Tennessee banned children from drag shows, strip clubs, all the other crazy shit. True. And it's entirely possible, and she could have gone to another state and done this, or it could have been some other fucking wacko in another state or whatever. But a lot of people are starting to believe that she may have actually done this because of Tennessee's bans on transgender for kids. No more. Okay, now you live in Tennessee and you are an adult. You can still get a sex change. That's legal. Okay, if you live in Tennessee and you're gay, you can marry your boyfriend. That's legal too. If you live in Tennessee and you want to go to a gay strip club and you want to have guys, gyrating and you want to throw money at them, that's fine. If you live in Tennessee and you want to go to a drag show, that's fine. If you live in Tennessee and you want to open your mouth and have some guy piss in your mouth, and drink his piss, that's fine. You can do that. But you can't do it with a kid. Okay? You as an adult can be in Tennessee and do whatever the fucking freaky shit you want. But you can't involve a child in it. State law in Tennessee mandates that when you do that fucking shit, you have someone check ID. And that's the way it should be. I don't give a fuck what your crazy shit you're into. You'd be surprised what crazy you guys are into. Okay, feet, legs. Okay, you'd be pissing on each other, shitting on it. You'd be surprised at crazy fucking freaky shit that guys do. You really would be fucking surprised at that, man. Holy shit, it's crazy. But you'd be surprised. Okay? But you can't involve kids in it. And the far left are child molesters, and they're upset about that. They are child molesters. They are. Let's be realistic about that. Okay, if you believe that a 4-year-old girl should have a guy my age in a fucking dress rub his genitals against her, you're a fucking child molester. Okay, if you believe that a 9-year-old boy should go to a club and dance on a pole, you're a child molester. That's what you are. You're a piece of shit too. Yeah. And there was a picture I saw of a woman well over 30 years old making out with a 3-year-old boy. Like making out with him as she's on like a pole or some shit. And the guy that posted it said, imagine if that was reversed. If there was a guy and a little girl, it would be okay. And we remember these teachers that were, 25, 30-year-old teacher with the big titties and all that bullshit. And she goes to bed with an 11-year-old student, boy. And then she goes to court with the cross, and then they sue, and I'm so sorry. Okay, that's all the same shit. It's all child abuse, period, end of story. And it should not be tolerated. Now, this was a hate crime because she targeted the Christians because of their dogmatic beliefs. She also targeted them because of the school and this gun-free zone shit, and the 9-year-olds can't fight back, and all 3 adults were over 60. I'm being 41 years old. I look back at my 30-year-old self, 31-year-old self, and I'll be running intersection traffic, and I'll be saying, man, oof, holy Christ. I'm not the man I was 10 years ago. I can still do a good job what I'm doing, but I'm not in the body I was 10 years ago. And I'm thinking about my body in 20 years. Okay? So you got 3 people that are over 60 years old. They can't move as fast as a 30-year-old. I'll tell you that right now. Unless you're Chuck Norris. So the targets that she targeted were very, very vulnerable. And obviously when the police arrived, she got fucking shot because she's a fucking loser. Okay, you're a real big fucking tough when you're shooting the little fucking 9-year-olds, but when a cop comes with a fucking gun, you... Okay, they took it on like shit. Bin Laden was harder. Okay, it was pathetic how easy it was, and they just fucking saw her and shot her and killed her. That's how fucking pathetic she was. Because you're real big and tough when you walk around with fucking shooting guns at fucking little kids, but when it comes to, I gotta face a real fucking man now, you're a fucking piece of shit. Okay, I don't give a fuck what your problem is. If you're fucking shooting at little kids, okay, you're not a fucking tough guy. I don't give a fuck who you are. And when it comes time to face a real man, you're gonna be fucking wimping out. If she had a whole bunch of fucking 8-year-olds and 9-year-olds come walking down the hall, she would have killed every single fucking one of them. But then when there are cops with shotguns and rifles, all of a sudden you're not so fucking tough anymore. That's the truth. Okay? And this transgender shit, first of all, 2 things. The trans shit needs to stop with the little kids, period, end of story. I don't care if you want to cut your genitals off. That's fine. Okay? But as far as you doing that shit with little fucking kids is not okay. Period. Nor is it okay that you have 4-year-olds with their genitals cut off. That's also not okay. Period. It's just not. And I said, there were people actually saying all trans are victims, or there was a 7th victim and it was the shooter, or it was what the fuck is wrong with you people? And I said, imagine this. Imagine if a white woman with a MAGA hat got a rifle with a pistol whip through a gun show loophole okay, and she shot up a fucking Muslim school. Or if she went to a trans party and shot them up, okay? You would turn on NBC and CNN and all that other bullshit, and they'd have fucking white women's head on poles. Okay? Seriously. They're all defending the trans community. Okay? First of all, you should acknowledge that not all trans guys are doing this. Okay? Fine. You should acknowledge that all trans adults have a right to do whatever they want to do with their body. Fine. Okay? But I've seen the gays, and I've seen other trans people that have come out and said, you know what I do is not what you do. Okay? I'm not you. I don't do that. Okay? You know, you're 5 years old. You don't do, I'm an adult. I dress in drag. Or I'm an adult. I'm gay. Or I'm an adult. I transition from this to that. Okay? I cut my genitals off. I took all this medication. I'm an adult. That's fine. That's fine. But I've actually seen the gays and the trans come out and say, this is not for kids, period. Okay? And if you look at stuntmen, okay, when stuntmen do crazy shit, what do they say? They say, kids, don't try this at home. Okay? When I'm in the middle of a fucking intersection and I'm standing in the middle of oncoming traffic to block all traffic in all 4 ways, what do I tell the kids? I do that, not you. Okay? That's what I do. I do that. You're not me. You're different than me. You don't do that. Okay? And it's time to take that stand. And J.K. Rowling, who was herself a fucking left-wing nutball, she herself was coming out against it. And you know what? Good. It's time to stop this shit. Period. It's time to stop. You should not be doing this with kids. So Tennessee has the right idea to stop drag shows and strip clubs and this shit with little kids. And they have the right idea to mandate school security and school guards. Okay? They have the right idea. The rest of you don't. That's the truth. This was a hate crime. And it shouldn't. And you know what? If a Christian fucking person went with a fucking MAGA hat and went to a fucking trans party and shot them, I would condemn it too. I would condemn that shit. Now, in my family, we had cousins. We'll focus on the two that I know the best. One is a year younger than me. One is 1 year younger than me. 1 is 6 years younger than me. Okay, one's a girl, one's a guy. She was very heavy into guy stuff, you know, sports. You know, she was a tomboy. Ended up being gay. Okay, fine. She's gay, and she wants to marry a woman. Okay, that's her business. She's an adult. Okay. She doesn't believe in little kid shit. Okay. I won't see her and her wife going out to a club and dance with little 9-year-olds. I won't see that because they don't believe in doing that with little kids. Okay. My other cousin, he's gay as shit. Okay. When he was little, he liked Barbie dolls. He didn't like Barbie. He liked girly shit. He was very close to my cousin that passed away from liver failure. Yeah. He liked girly shit. He liked girl TV shows. He liked Storm from X-Men. He liked girl things. They got a little peculiar. We left him alone and let him grow. And as he got older, he became gay. Now, he's still a guy. He's just gay as shit. Okay? And he is gay with other adult men. And that is his lifestyle choice. Whether it's biological or choice, he is gay with men. Okay? He does not go out and molest little kids. He does not go to gay clubs with little 5-year-olds running around, okay? He doesn't put on a fucking dress and dance in front of the fucking little 4-year-old. He doesn't do that, okay? The problem is, if your kid is a boy liking girl shit, or if your kid is a girl liking boy shit, maybe they're just the type of person that just likes different shit. Guys like ballet and girls like race cars. It happens sometimes. Maybe they're gay. Okay, fine. Let them grow up. Let them become an adult first, and then let them decide on their own what they are. Worked in our family. Okay, we didn't cut their fucking genitals off. Okay, you got a boy that likes ballet. You got a girl that likes monster trucks. Good idea. Let's cut your genitals off. Let's cut your genitals off. Let's give you all this medication. Let's turn you into another gender. Okay? That is child abuse. Period. Literally, period. Literally. At the same token, we should leave gays and trans adults alone to be themselves. We should stop it with adults. With kids, rather. Adults, we should stop with kids. And I'll give you another one. I've probably mentioned it before. It was an online comic book warehouse that I've bought I bought a couple of dozen books. I followed this comic book warehouse on their website before social media was invented. Okay? And then I followed them during social media, Facebook, I did. Okay? And I've bought stuff from them from their store directly. I bought stuff on eBay from their store. Okay? The comic book supplier. The guy who runs it is close to 70 now. Okay? I saw a picture of him on Facebook, his Facebook fan page, and it's him and a whole bunch of other guys in drag. Okay, fine. That's you. I don't give a fuck. And he says, I'm a married man, I have kids, but I'm also a drag queen. Okay, cool. And then I look at the picture a second time. And there's an 8-year-old boy in the picture, in drag. Go to the comments section. Oh my God, you're such a hero. Oh my God, I want to lick your ass. You know what I said to the motherfucker? I said, you're a child molester. I said, you're a drag queen. That's your personal choice. Okay? That's between you and your wife. You're married to a woman, that's fine. That's your choice with your wife. That's how you do that shit. Okay? That's fine. I don't give a fuck. I'm not going to judge you. Okay? I probably bought comic books and other collectibles from guys that were gay. I don't really give a fuck. I'm not judging them. Okay? I work overnight. I can't tell how many gay people I work with overnight. They're gay as shit. But you know what? They come to work and do their jobs. I don't care. But I told him, you're a piece of shit because you are doing this with a child. You are a child molester. And I told him, I will never patronize your business ever again. I said, I don't give a fuck if you're selling a copy of Action Comics 1 for $3. I will never buy your shit again. And I saw a couple of really, really, really nice books that were special edition from his company. I'm like, wow, those are really nice collectibles. I saw his company logo in the corner. I said, pass it right by. I'll save my money. Okay? The creator of Batman, not Bob Kane, the real creator of Batman, Bill Finger. He had a son who was gay. Fine. But his son had a homosexual relationship at one point in time and had a daughter. And she's the legitimate heir to Batman. She's a very nice woman all the time. Very nice. Athena Finger. Very nice, okay? What you do with adults is your problem. What you do with kids is the law's problem. And the law needs to crack down on it. Okay? And that's the underlying thing we're missing here. We're focusing on this transgender person shot up a Christian school. Hate crime. But amid the midst of all the bullshit, we always have to remember that transgenderism in children is sexual abuse. Okay? Larry Nassar massaged girls' vaginas. He's doing 60 years in federal prison for possession of child porn. And assuming he lives 60 years, he's got to do another 20 years in prison for child abuse. Okay? He massages a little girl's vagina. He goes to prison. You castrate little girls and boys. Your own children, by the way. What happens to you? You're a hero. It's time to put an end to this shit. Period. Okay? Pass a federal law and start putting them in jail. Okay? Because I guarantee you, if a fucking parent was pimping out their 9-year-old daughter, he'd be in jail. Okay? That's the underlying issue here. Thank you.